Phuket Extra is brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort. Chill in the sun, sip under the stars.
Sawadee krap, and welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort, Phuket. I'm JP Mastanza, and today we've got some backtracking by the Bangkok police chief, but first let's start off with this story. The death sentence is being upheld for the 2 Myanmar migrants who were convicted of murdering 2 British tourists back in 2014 on the island of Koh Tao. Yesterday's decision by the appeals court means that both Jaw Lin and Win Jaw Thun will remain at the infamous Bangkok Hilton, the Bang Kwang Central Prison, awaiting death. The 2 were convicted back in 2015 for the September 2014 killing of 24-year-old David Miller and the rape and death of 23-year-old Hannah Withridge. The case was controversial in that several around the world, from human rights activists to family members, they were saying that the 2 Myanmar migrants were simply scapegoats and that police had mishandled evidence, though authorities maintain everything was done correctly. And law enforcement officials and the leaders of Wat Phra Dhammakaya are now blaming each other for the death of a 48-year-old woman who died of an asthma attack at the massive temple in Pathum Thani. It all happened yesterday when, according to the Department of Special Investigation, they were told at about 1:51 p.m. to bring an ambulance inside the temple to aid a woman suffering from an asthma attack. But when they arrived, they found that she had already been dead for at least 5 hours. Authorities have locked down the temple for nearly 2 weeks, preparing for raids in search of embattled monk Phra Dhammajayo, who's wanted on charges of embezzlement. Now, temple officials and authorities are pointing the finger at one another, blaming each other for the death, each saying they should have told the other about the incident sooner. But it's just the latest in a series of tragic events at or near the temple, following a suicide and even a scuffle between monks and authorities. This story is ongoing. And now the Bangkok police chief, Lieutenant General Sanit Mahathavon, he is denying that he was ever paid by the nation's largest alcohol producer, ThaiBev, for a, quote, advisory role. The news became public this week as the Metro Police commander submitted responses to the state ombudsman explaining his role and the alleged 50,000 baht a month salary payments that both he and ThaiBev say were never made because he does not work for them. Previously, the Royal Thai Police has backed Lieutenant General Sanit, saying the payments and his advisory role that came with it did not violate police rules. News of Lieutenant General Sanit's alleged role with the ThaiBev company became public back in December, and ever since he's faced heavy criticism for receiving money from a company he's called upon to police. And stay right there, Phuket Extra will be right back after this.
Safe Fertility Center Phuket is the international fertility and women's health clinic. We offer diagnosis and treatment of infertility, IVF, ICSI, pregnancy, reproductive system disease, and cancer.
Welcome back to Phuket Extra. The Russian-speaking community of Thailand are rallying to help raise funds to help 2 Russian teenagers who've been in a coma for nearly a week after a bus crash in Pattaya last week. 16-year-old Daniel Mokshantsev and his 14-year-old sister Katerina were crossing a busy intersection in Pattaya on their motorbike when a bus smashed into them, leaving them both in critical condition at a local hospital. Details are still coming in, but if you'd like to help support, details are below. We'll keep you updated once more information is available. And a baby pigtailed macaque that was left orphaned earlier this week in Phuket town, well, it's now being taken care of after a street sweeper found it in distress. The mother of this pigtailed macaque was killed at Monkey Hill, known officially as Koh Tao, in an attack by a street dog which usually fights the wild monkeys in the area for territory and food. After it was found by a street sweeper, wildlife officials took it in and it will ultimately be taken to the Wildlife Raising Center in Phang Nga, providing once it's strong enough. Monkey Hill is home to about 1,500 monkeys, which are sustained by local residents who feed them and give them water. But street dogs do attack them in the area, and they happen often, according to rescue workers. And that's it for today's Phuket Extra. From all of us here at the Phuket News Center, thank you for watching. Until tomorrow, stay classy, Phuket.